right here. My favorite train watching spot is actually on the outlook of the Chucalissa. I kind of came late in the day, so I missed some trains. I actually, of course, I heard one coming as I was leaving, but didn't get to see it. Pull apart, pick apart, place, stop sign. It's very Winchester is a very Memphis route, because you can see all of the different types of neighborhoods. You see signs of growth in one and signs of absolute abandonment in others. Memphis has always kind of had a tale of two cities, and we have a tale of many cities now, because it's often block by block and neighborhood by neighborhood. It's home, though. That's what you have to explain to people, is that Memphis is home to a lot of us. That's the Alonzo Weaver Park. This is Mitchell High School here on the left. It's actually a very pretty school. There's a church up here, a small church with an older cemetery, and I've been trying to figure out if it is the one that a customer once asked me about, and it's been several years, and I know it was in South Memphis because she was upset because her family's tombstones were suddenly gone. And I can't remember the story, but it was a really sad story that I had to connect her to cemetery authorities to see if there was anything that could be done. And I've always wondered if that little one was that one, and I can't remember for sure. It's been so many years ago. Coming up on Rochester and Mitchell. That's one of the small ones right there. I don't know. You can see the markers have been moved around a little bit over the years. There's a couple of there's some really old ones. That church has one in the back. This is New Horn Lake Road. New Horn Lake Road and Mitchell Road. At some point I'm going to get on Winchester. I may change my mind, but I think I'm going to take Winchester and head home from there. I'll be passing the airport. I never can seem to time it to where I can actually catch a plane on the overpass bridges. There at the airport, or the runways, overpass bridges, I don't know where that came from, but on the runways. They've actually built several new houses right through here that look like really nice houses. One or two look like they've stopped on them for some reason because they're boarded up, but there's several that you can tell it's talking about homes. You know, it's a neighborhood with homes, and sometimes I think people on the outside forget that Memphis is a city filled with neighborhoods and homes. And the traffic light's out. One thing us Memphians can't do is deal with red lights being out, though. Looks like there was a wreck, which probably explains the power being out. There's an ambulance and a PST officer over there. PST is actually a really good idea. It's all people that are eventually probably going to be an officer that deal with traffic issues. Another red light out. These are some nice looking neighborhoods here. You can tell they've been homes. Southland. Can't read that street sign. Lots of logistics and warehouse and truck industries as we get close to the airport. A lot of storage too, just like stored trucks. Do beware the potholes. They actually seem like they've gotten a little better since maybe a year ago. I don't know why this railroad track always makes me really stop and look. I don't know why. I don't know if the trains even still use it. It looks like they do. A lot of people get mad because I go so slow here, but this one always makes me slow to look because I don't know if, especially with the power being out, it might be impacted. Don't know. Good. The power's back on up here. That's always good to see. Let me get in the actual lane. That would be good. A lot of homes here again. Traffic lights are out again. Let's hope the cars behind me know we're supposed to stop. Going. If you're chatting, I can't see it while I drive. I'll look at it when I get to a stopping point. But I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee. The Mitchell has now become Winchester Road. I just left T.O. Fuller State Park in chucalissa mound site of a village. A lot of people know it as Chucalissa Village. Mound was built roughly. People have been through that spot for around 1,000 years. There are artifacts that are actually much older, which is it's hard to think in Memphis that you're standing in a spot that's been there 1,000 years, but that is what the current thought is. And we're crossing Elvis Presley Boulevard. You know, of course, as a Memphian, I've never been to Graceland. It wasn't until a couple years ago. I actually took a wrong turn and saw the Christmas lights outside Graceland. There's a running joke along a lot of us Memphians. You know, the things the tourists do, we don't really get to see. I've never seen the Peabody Ducks. I have never been to Graceland. Both of those are on my list. I have seen Tom Lee Park. I have seen the old fairgrounds. All the mound sites. Got to see those. Have seen Elmwood Cemetery. I've got a lot of videos on those. A lot of family history. 30, 40 years ago, a lot of family history in these neighborhoods. Graceland Drive. It's a couple of really famous YouTubers that go through the canals and the ditches, and some of these that we think of ditches are actually bayous in Memphis, and they start talking bad about the city while they're walking through the ditches. I'm like, yeah, my neighborhood with that. I've never been in a lit restaurant supply store. That's a lit junior there, here at Bell Branch in Winchester. I'm told that if you have a deep freeze, it's a really good place to shop. I don't, but and if anyone's chatting, I can't really see it while I drive, and I'm not going to break any laws, so can't see it. But I'm here at Winchester and Mill Branch, headed home. In Memphis, Tennessee, just left Chucalissa and T.O. Fuller State Park. Really, on the way here, there was next to no signs of anything out of the ordinary. I did hear some of the helicopters in the distance today. I couldn't tell if it was the ones that they've been talking about, or if it was a life flight, or what it was. Actually, there goes an airplane. Landing, you'll blink, you'll miss it. Went right over the road. Red the plane. I couldn't see which airlines that was. Yeah, we're coming up on the Memphis International Airport here. That's in Winbrook.